Okay, so we live in a computer program. And if you don't think we live in a computer program, that's okay. Totally fine. Treat this like a metaphor, okay? So the world, it's a computer. And everything within the world has already been coded. And we can figure out the code by studying the stars. The creator of this computer program uses the stars to consistently alter the code, uses the planets, okay? As the planets orbit around the universe, around the ecliptic, it's altering the code within the computer. Because you are inside the computer, you are also code, okay? You're running on the same code as everyone else and everything else. This deck, this door, my clothing, my being, it's all code. Here's where it gets good. The metaphor kind of starts to get a little convoluted here, but picture us inside of this computer program as players, okay? We are all our own individual programs within the program. And our program, we can either let it be like a passive program, just running amok, running through the system, and just totally passive players within the game. Or you can choose to become an active player and start to listen to the clues in the game, right? It's like I Spy, when the computer program, the computer game when you were little, or Pajama Sam or something, right? There's like all these little clues, and you use context clues and critical thinking to figure out which way you're supposed to go within the grand computer program, how you're supposed to operate your own program within the program. So you can either become an active player in this game, or a passive player in this game. I choose to become an active player. Now, if you go down the active player route, there are two ways you could go about this, right? One, you're like meditation and looking inward, lots of reflection and listening to your gut, right? Because I work with a lot of clients that are later, they're in their like 40s or 50s, and they are so fucking alive and living life to its full capacity because they have done so much inner work on listening to their intuition. And they come to me really in their 40s and 50s just to make sure, am I on the right path? And I'm like, bingo, yes, you've already nailed it. You don't even need to come to me. If you wanted validation, consider me a professional validator. There's a second route then, okay? Second route you can go if you're an active player. You can actually learn the code. There's multiple different programming languages, if you will, right? Because ultimately it's binary code. It's zeros and ones. And a computer programming language is simply interpreting that code to the end user, us, to understand like what's going on, what the fuck's going on, right? Like when I'm coding a website and I'm typing in like H1 bracket font dash size colon 20px close bracket, right? That on the front end gets translated through all this like, translates what I see to zeros and ones, binary code, so that the computer can then read it and understand, right? That's how we communicate. It's like this, it's a translator. Programming languages translate the binary code. And so you can use whatever programming language you want. Human design, numerology, astrology. My personal favorite is astrology. I like that one the best, but you can use any programming language you like. It does not matter. Whatever makes sense to you the most. So with astrology, it interprets the binary code for you and tells you, this is your program. This is what you're running on. And this is your life path. This is your entire being, your entire program is this right here. And so I took it as a challenge. I was like, you know what? I'm going to test it out. And I am going to blindly follow my code. Whatever the astrology tells me that I should be doing, where I should be focusing, what I need to work on, my strengths, my weaknesses, my challenges, what I need to master, the direction I need to grow, what I need to leave behind. All of these things, right? I was like, I'm going to blindly listen to it. Blindly listen to it. Did I like hearing that I'm not supposed to necessarily focus on a career this year? Not like here to build an empire? No, I didn't love that part. I was like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean I don't get to be Empire Barbie this lifetime? No, not in the cards for me, okay? I had to accept that. There were some parts that I was like, I don't really like love that part. And I'm like, well, you know what? I fucking signed up for this. I signed up for this unique program. I wanted to experience, I wanted this unique human experience. So I better get with the program, my program, and accept it for what it is. So I accept it. I love my birth chart more than any other birth chart I've ever seen. And that's how everyone should view their own birth chart, because that's your program. It's your program. You chose your program. Embrace it. Don't hate pieces of your own program. You created the program after all. So I'm blindly following my birth chart for the last almost 365 days. Okay, I really took a deep dive when my corporate job got randomly eliminated. I was like, I really wanted to do corporate America. I had been self-employed for 5 years, and I went back to corporate. I lasted 5 whole months before they were like, you're out. The system kicked me out. The universe was like, why are you still doing that thing? How many times do I need to eliminate your job or lay you off from corporate for you to get the message that you're not supposed to be in corporate? And I was like, that is what my birth chart also says. Maybe I should listen to my birth chart. So decided to blindly follow it, right? And it's taken me all the way to the south of Brazil, okay? I went from Scottsdale, Arizona, traveled around the US in a van for several months, and flew to Brazil, to the south of Brazil with my 2 dogs. Because I'm following my birth chart blindly. I'm like, whatever it tells me to do, I'm fucking doing it. And guess what just happened yesterday? 1 week into me living in Brazil, I got approved to buy land, and that's part of my design. I'm here to build a beautiful home. I'm supposed to focus on my home. And the universe was like, baby girl, here's the plot of land. Build and they will come. And get this, the terms to buy the plot of land, I was like, I can't afford that. I can put 60% of what you're asking for down. To clarify, they wanted a specific amount for the down payment, and I could only do 60% of that down payment. And the monthly payment that you're asking for, I can only do 50% of that. And I submitted a proposal. My real estate agent did that, and they approved it. Because the universe said, you're listening to your design. Here you go. Listen to your design.